You don't typically bring a camera crew somewhere to say, let's put picks in the ground in the hopes that we're going to find something. So for people that have maybe seen those episodes and are looking for more context on what they saw, can you give a little bit of the scholarly background on what was already known about what got excavated? And then if we can get into then shedding some more light on what they found and the spot that should hold in people's mind for what it can tell us about the site.
Sure. Well, to start at the beginning of the story, it should be known that a little over 20 years ago, the Department of Antiquities and the Petra Region Authority excavated tombs that were actually underneath the treasury. So the current level of the courtyard in front of the treasury, this is not how it was in antiquity before the treasury was carved. There's a lower level. And what happened basically was before the treasury existed, there were a line of Nabatean rock-cut tombs, facade tombs, underneath where the treasury now is. And at some point in the 1st century BC, we know that the tops of them were cut off and the treasury was carved above. But access was still kept open to these tombs. So we have a line of tombs basically at a lower level underneath the treasury. Now, these tombs were excavated by Dr. Suleiman Farajat, and a preliminary report was published. And obviously, you know, that the courtyard in front of the treasury has a high density of tourists. It's probably one of the most famous points or parts of Petra. So it's a very difficult area to excavate because you can't have gaping big holes and machinery when tourists are coming in, also for safety issues, logistical issues. So they undertook a small excavation to see what was going on, to try and shed light on the date of the carving of the treasury. And unfortunately, due to these restraints and of course budget and other factors, there was another tomb on the edge of this row, on the right edge, that was not excavated fully, but it was entered, and the remains of burials were found, and they were covered up, and grave goods and items were removed and put in the museum. But it was protected, and it was, that they planned to re-excavate it at a future date at an appropriate time, because it needs time, like I told you, especially when there were 12 burials found. This takes time, and it's a logistical thing being in front of the treasury. So this tomb was already known about. It was, photographed inside and then backfilled and protected once more. So the new tomb that's this new discovery that's been in the news is in fact not a new tomb. It's already been known about, and it's been kind of rediscovered, let's say, for sort of... Yes, for TV.
Been rediscovered for the purposes of a television program.